Good day from Wall Street. This is Juan Costello, Senior Analyst with the Wall Street Analyzer. Joining us today is John McConnell, CEO and President at Victoria Gold Corporation. The company trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange, VGCX, and here in the U.S., VITFF. Thanks for joining us today there, John.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so our last interview was back in July of last year. So can you start off by discussing some of the major accomplishments there since we last spoke, and perhaps provide a brief overview of the company?
Yeah, since we talked last, we've continued to ramp up production at our Eagle mine in the Yukon. And I'll just remind your viewers, it's a gold mine. Open pit, heap leach. We're on track to produce between 180,000 and 200,000 ounces of gold this year. And we have plans to increase that by 2023 to 250,000 ounces per year. So everything's going well. We've been in the news a fair amount the last couple of weeks because we put out our first quarter results, which were very good. And a company named Corp Mining purchased a 17.8% interest in Victoria from Orion Mine Finance. So, that has in some ways put us in play. So we're busy talking to other interested parties. We didn't think this was quite the right time to be selling Victoria, but you don't always get the deciding factors in that. So here we are, and we're running a process for the sale of Victoria right now.
Yeah, and so can you bring us up to speed on some of that most recent news, including the Eagle Gold Mine Q1 highlights, which, you guys had almost 27,000 ounces there?
Yeah, we, the key to producing gold is how many tons we stack on the leach pad, and we had a good quarter. We stacked 1.6 million ounces. Normally, we don't stack the first quarter of the year, the three coldest months, but we got started stacking in March. And so we're ahead of target this year. And as you said, we produced just over 27,000 ounces for the quarter. And our average selling price was $17.95 per ounce. So good on the selling side as well.
Yeah, and so can you talk about a little bit more about that initiative as far as trying to reach 250,000 ounces a year? What are some of the steps you're taking there, and what sort of position that you have there as far as cost measures and the pouring and the heap leach?
Yeah, there's two keys to getting to 250,000 ounces per year. As I said, our plan was never to stack the three coldest months of the year, but we've got 2 winters behind us now, and we are pretty confident that we can go to year-round stacking by 2023. So that adds about 30,000 ounces per year. We also think that we can screen off some of the fines coming out of the mining, either ahead of the primary crusher or between the primary and secondary. And that would and direct haul those fines to the leach pad. And that would give us more capacity through the plant. So that would add another 20 to 30,000 ounces per year. So pretty straightforward to get to 250 K per year.
Yeah, sure. So, what are the key goals, as far as short term that you're looking at here over the next 6 months that investors should keep an eye out for?
Well, I think you'll see, quarterly production updates and be able to evaluate how the mine is running. As I said, we'll be opening a data room and inviting other companies to have a look at Victoria, and so watch for news on that process. We've got some really exciting exploration going on. We're currently drilling at depth below Eagle. Eagle was previously only drilled to about 350 meters. To understand what the total resource is, we're now drilling it to 850 meters. So those results will be published over the coming months. As well, we just started exploration on our Raven target out to the east of Eagle. It's very exciting. This year we'll be spending over $10 million out there. We'll have 4 drill rigs running, and our goal is to have a maiden resource by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's great. And so, as far as investors and the financial community, as the stock has been doing, pretty well as of late, and since we last spoke, what are what are the main drivers that you're sharing with investors about, what makes you guys unique and able to capitalize on some of the trends in the in your sector?
Okay, I think one of the biggest drivers of our share price will be the free cash flow we'll generate over the coming year. If you take our guidance, the midpoint, so 190,000 ounces of gold this year at an all-in sustaining cost of, say, $1,100. At today's gold price of $1,800, that's a margin of over $700 per ounce times 190. We'll be cash flowing well over $100 million US this year alone. And that only increases as we go forward and increase the production rate.
Right, and that's being conservative with the prices, not even looking at other factors such as inflation.
Yeah.
So can you talk about your background and experience, and who the key management is there? Has there been some shifts and additions since we last spoke?
No, the team's been pretty steady. I'm a mining engineer. I've been in the business for over 35 years. Our CFO, Marty Rendell's, worked with me with 3 different companies now for more than 25 years. And our COO, Mark Aranto's been with me for over 10 years at Eagle, but I think he's total on the project over 12 years. So very experienced team. And our mining operations is led by a fellow named Dave Rouleau, who's probably got 30 years of experience in large open pit mining. And our VP of exploration is a fellow named Paul Gray, and he's been involved with the project for close to 10 years now as well. So very stable senior management team.
So as far, is there anything that you wish perhaps investors understood about, the company or your properties?
Well, I think in terms of the company, it's worth mentioning our shareholder registry, which, our 2 largest shareholders now are Orion and Coeur Mining. But after them, it's a real who's who of institutions, many of the traditional mining institutions. But over the last 3 months, there's, groups like Fidelity and Century have doubled their positions. Groups like For Sale or New and have accumulated large positions through the market. So a lot of changing, and we're becoming more of an institutional holding and less of a retail holding.
Certainly. So once again, joining us today is John McConnell, CEO and President at VictoriaGoldCorp, which trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange, VGCX, and here in the U.S., VITFF. Current U.S. price at close today, $14.48 a share, and today's the We're speaking on the 18th of May. Current market cap is getting close to 900 million US. So before we conclude here, John, why do you believe investors should consider the company as a good investment opportunity today?
Well, I think, people like Corp making an investment in Victoria shows the quality of the asset. We're in a safe jurisdiction in Canada. And, I think Corp has put us into play, and you'll see a takeover of Victoria over the coming months at a much higher price than where we're trading today.
Well, we certainly look forward to continuing to track the company's growth and report on your upcoming progress. And we'd like to thank you for taking the time to join us today, John, and update our investor audience on Victoria Gold. It's always good to have you on.
Great. Thank you, Juan.